Greetings and welcome. Now today, how does it feel? Has it sunken in yet? We've got Keir Starmer as our Prime Minister. We've got a Labour government. We've finally got rid of 14 years of this Tory government. Has it sunk in? I want to talk a little bit about some of my feelings and emotions, especially towards Keir Starmer's speech yesterday. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with what I say. A lot of people are not going to like what I'm going to say. Do you know, I don't care. Basically, I don't care. This is life. We have different opinions. And I've always tried to be open and honest about my opinions on this channel without being swayed by who I think will disagree with me, who's watching, because I sort of have a vast array of different viewers from each side of the political spectrum. I don't care. I just want to be open and honest about how I felt yesterday listening to Keir Starmer's speech. And I have to be honest, I got a little bit emotional. I did. I really did. Seeing him outside number 10, first of all, just finally having someone in the job that I truly believe, whether you think he's right and wrong on his politics, whether you think he's doing the right things or the wrong things, finally having someone as Prime Minister that I generally believe actually wants to change the country for the good. Like I say, you can have your political opinions about whether he's going about it the right way, whether he's doing the right things, but seeing him making that speech, seeing him standing there, I truly believe that he wants to change. He wants to do a good job. He wants to change this country for the better. He wants to heal this country and just get things working again. Nothing works in this country. Everything is broken. Nothing works. And for the first time in a very, very long time, I actually feel like he's in the job because he wants to make a change. I'm not so sure about Cameron and May, but definitely Boris Johnson forward. Boris Johnson, Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak. They took that job not because they want to make the country better. I have no doubt about that. Their own personal gains. Whether Rishi Sunak wants it on his CV, I think is a big motivation for him. Probably the same with Liz Truss. Boris Johnson, the limelight, the attention. That's why they're in the job. For it to have it on their CV and the limelight of attention. I've got no doubt about that. Theresa May, how I vastly disagree with a lot of her politics. I think she was in the job to do a good job. Maybe even David Cameron to an extent as well, even though his posh boy Eton philosophy on life and politics of austerity were absolutely chaotic for this country and put this country in the state that it's in. In a weird way, maybe him and Osborne actually thought that they were doing austerity measures, the pull yourself up by your bootstraps attitude towards the poor. I think they thought that was the best way to create a good country. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, going back to the point, that's why I got emotional yesterday. Not just 14 years of Tory government, of course, that was such an emotional thing to finally, after 14 years, such a long time that we've had to deal with this government, and it's finally gone. And like I say, I just generally believe that we've actually got someone in the job that wants to make this country better, but also someone that I'm also not embarrassed about. Do you remember like Boris Johnson going on state visits? Liz Truss, what an absolute embarrassment to this country. Rishi Sunak, his personal, whenever he meets people for the first time, he's always so fake. Whenever I watch him, he's like, hi, yeah, Rishi, yeah, nice to meet you. He's an embarrassment. He's an absolute embarrassment. And again, whatever you think of Keir Starmer, I'm not embarrassed for him to go and meet world leaders. He's not an embarrassment on the country. And I think he's actually genuinely competent as well. Look at the last 3 prime ministers. Useless. I've often said, if we were going to deal with a worldwide pandemic, the first pandemic in 100 years, the last person you would want running the country is Boris Johnson. the last. Pick any Prime Minister in the history of this country, you would not pick Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson would be at the bottom. They're embarrassments. And that's why I got quite emotional. 14 years of the Tories, finally kicking them out, finally actually, in a way, having a semi-prime minister that you can kind of be proud of. I know he needs to get the job done and proof is in the pudding and everything. But yeah, quite an emotional and a very good speech. And I specifically, I said this yesterday, I specifically like the part about him healing the country and whether you voted for him or not. You know, he knows that he's got a small vote share. 34% of the country actually voted for him. He knows there's a massive millions of people that want to vote for the Reform Party, millions of people that want to vote for more progressive policies with the Greens. He knows that. And that's what he needs to do going forward. He just needs to get this country working again. Nothing works. If you can do that and please every side of the country, you'll go a good way to doing a good job. But yeah, what were your thoughts, guys? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you get emotional? Am I being a bit of a person? Yeah. I got emotional watching that, and I really, you know, the symbolism of just seeing him at the podium outside number 10 after such a long wait to get the Tories out was yeah, a landslide moment for me. Give me your comments down below, please. Let me know your honest opinions. Even if you think I'm an idiot, even if you hate Keir Starmer, let me know. It's fine. This is what life is about. We all have different opinions. As long as we're civil, as long as we hear people out, that's all I care about. If you like the video, click a like. If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe up top. There'll be another video. You can check that out as well. Till next time, take care. Whoa, I know exactly what's happened here. This guy's driving way too fast down the hill. He's come out of the junction. Slow down, people. You don't need to drive that fast.